so I did
Saddle up, kids.
So in South Park, Caitlyn Jenner, whenever she's driving a car, because she hits somebody, every time she gets in a car with somebody, one of the kids in South Park, she says, "Buckle up, buckaroos," and she hits somebody every time they get in the car with her. Okay, so I know enough about this to be dangerous, but I had Scott look into this while I was drinking because I was lazy today.
Oh boy.
I didn't mean to drink all day. I apologize. I'm sorry.
It happens.
Sometimes.
It happens.
Okay, so what do we got going on? What happened with the Derek Chauvin trial this week?
Well, as I'm sure everybody knows, he was convicted. He was guilty on all charges. Found guilty on all charges. Can you scroll down a little bit? It says exactly what they were. Okay, second degree unintentional murder, guilty. Third degree murder, guilty. And second degree manslaughter, guilty.
How can he be convicted of murder and manslaughter though? No, that's a really big question though. Manslaughter is unintentional murder. He got convicted of manslaughter and murder for the same person. How is that possible?
I think the prosecutor, basically they try and get you for anything that they can. But so they're like, well, okay, if we can't get murder, then we're gonna get at least manslaughter.
If the jury was actually competent, they would not have convicted him on manslaughter and murder, because you can't murder somebody. Manslaughter is not murder. He got manslaughter and murder for the same fucking death.
Right. I know.
How does that make sense to anybody? No, hold on.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a law professional. That's for sure.
Come on.
Thank you.
How does that make sense though? It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. But
I'm sorry. I am very emotional about this. I'm also slightly intoxicated, so I'm going to be really upset about this.
Well, and it's also you said that the jury was incompetent. I don't think they're incompetent. I think they're scared for their lives.
Yes. Actually, speaking of being scared for their lives, let's go to this little bit of fun information here. This is one reason why I think that the jury voted yes on everything. Because of this bitch. Hold on. I'm going to play it. Bitch.
Yep. Thank you.
Actually, I know I gave it to one other person, but...
No, give it. Do it.
Maxine Waters gets one too.
Yeah.
But we're going to play this. And the funny part about this is what she asks for, they didn't give her. And so she's like, if we don't get the murder in the third degree or first degree, if we don't get the first degree murder charge, then we're going to have to, like, whatever she says. We're going to watch it. Here it is.
Very hopeful, and I hope that we're going to get a verdict that is say guilty, guilty, guilty. And if we don't, we cannot go away.
And not just manslaughter, right? I mean...
Oh, no, not manslaughter. No. This is guilty for murder. I don't know whether it's in the first degree, but as far as I'm...
First degree murder is not what he got.
What happens if we do not get what you just told? What should the people do? What should protesters on the street do?
I didn't hear you.
What happens?
What should protesters do?
Well, we got to stay on the street, and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
So I'm gonna say in her defense, those fucking journalists were leading her answers. I'm just gonna say it. Because she didn't actually volunteer the what are you gonna do if we didn't get that information, if we didn't get that verdict? She didn't say that. They asked her and then she responded. So in the moment, she was probably emotional, probably very agitated about what was happening. And so they goaded her into giving those answers. And so I'm just gonna play devil's advocate in that respect. But what she said was horse shit. Because she asked for a murder in the first degree verdict. And that wasn't even a thing they could have given. It's third degree murder at best. And that's what they got. It was third-degree murder.
Yep.
First-degree murder means that he planned it out and planned on killing George Floyd that day.
Right.
In fact, the video, not the prosecution, but the Chauvin's lawyers, without a shadow of a doubt, proved that he wasn't trying to kill him, because within the 9-minute long video, Chauvin changed his stature. He wasn't sitting on his neck all 9 minutes. He had his knee on his back for a little bit, back on his neck, back on his back, back on his neck. So there was no obstruction of breathing. And they also had several people come in and say that had they seen the toxicology reports after the fact on George Floyd, they would have called it an overdose. If they had found that body in the middle of somebody's living room, they would have called it an overdose.
Yeah. But, the problem is there's conflicting opinions about this from different medical examiners. So one side's going to say it's all because of this. One side's going to say no, it's because whatever.
The defense is going to press for a mistrial because of Joe Biden's statement. The city paying out $3 million to the family before the trial started, already admitting guilt. And then Maxine Waters' statements the day before the verdict was given. There's 3 pieces of evidence. Because the jury wasn't sequestered, it was an open jury, they could go home and watch the news. They could push for a mistrial because of those 3 pieces of evidence.
Well, and there's also even just the one juror that came out and said that she was scared for her life. And I wanted to point that out in this article here.
Oh yeah, we're talking about that. Okay, where do we need to go in this article?
Go down just a little bit. Go up a little bit. So the courthouse was ringed with concrete barriers and razor wire, and thousands of National Guard troops and law enforcement officers were brought in ahead of the verdict. Some businesses were boarded up with plywood. So already people are like, oh shit, we gotta make sure people are protected and stuff. If we scroll down a little bit more, see, maybe I was looking at a different article.
It might have been a different article.
Can you pull up the show notes really quick?
I'm gonna pull us away.
Yeah.
Pull up the show notes.
Go to the top.
It'll be under the miscarriage of justice. This is the Fox News. I have the Maxine Waters, but this is what you have here.
Okay, so this is what it says. As they arrived at and left the courthouse each day for testimony, jurors passed clear signs that the city was preparing for renewed protests. The courthouse downtown was encircled by razor wire and guarded by armed troops. Most storefront windows were boarded up. So there's signs. Of course, there's stuff on social media that's talking about how, we're not going to rest. And if anything, if we don't get exactly what we want, we're going to go after everybody. We're going to go after the judge. We're going to go after the jurors. All this shit everywhere. And you're telling me that this is a fair trial? How the fuck can anyone say this was fair?
It was a show trial. It was a show trial.
It's crazy. Yeah, it was a fucking witch hunt. It's a witch hunt.
The moment the cell phone video was posted on the internet, the verdict was already called for. And this trial was a fucking sham from the beginning.
Yeah.
The fucking judge even said that we don't need to sequester the jury. And then after the fucking thing with Maxine Waters, he's like, we probably should have sequestered the jury. I'm like, fuck you, you're right. Jesus Christ, you asshole.
Oh
my God.
Oh, Jesus.
My blood is boiling. This whole thing is a fucking farce, and it's a fucking joke to the fucking penal system.
Yeah.
That guy, fucking Derek Chauvin's gonna be in police protection his entire life in prison. However long he's in prison, he's gonna be there in police protection, along with the pedophiles and other people that people want to destroy.
Yeah, I think I saw somewhere else too that they're saying he's gonna have to be in solitary for a very, very long time. So,